Hey, this is Hunter. I retired in my 40s by following FIRE, and today I'll be talking about the 5 main flavors of FIRE, but hang around until the end of the video for a couple of quirkier bonus FIRE types. Right now, I'm in Bel Air, Manila. Not a bad setup, eh? This channel is about sharing with you how I retired early, so you can do it too if you want to do something similar. Have you ever dreamed of retiring early, enjoying the fruits of your labor while you're still young and energetic? Welcome to the world of FIRE, Financial Independence Retire Early. It's a growing movement that's challenging the traditional notion of retirement. But did you know that there are different types of FIRE, each catering to unique lifestyle aspirations and financial circumstances? In this video, we will delve into these different types of FIRE, helping you decide which one might be the best fit for your retirement dreams. First, let's talk about lean FIRE. Lean FIRE is actually the one I personally followed in order to retire early. This type is for people who believe that less is more. Lean FIRE is all about embracing the virtue of frugality and simplicity. It's for those who find joy in living a minimalist lifestyle, free from the trappings of material excess. The beauty of lean FIRE lies in its lower required saving rate. With a focus on reducing expenses, those pursuing lean FIRE often find they need less money to retire early. It's not uncommon for individuals to retire with less than $1 million in the bank, some even managing with just $500,000, but it's not all rosy. Living lean means making sacrifices. You might have to forego certain luxuries and live in a less expensive area. It could mean cooking your meals at home or using public transportation instead of owning a car. For me personally, it means living in cheaper countries such as the Philippines or Thailand and using geo-arbitrage to my advantage. Numbers time. If you can live on $40,000 a year, you might aim for a lean FIRE nest egg of around $1 million. But if you're super frugal and your annual expenses are only $20,000, you'd be looking at a target of around $500,000. Remember, it's all about striking a balance between saving for tomorrow and enjoying today. Lean FIRE might be the way to go if you're willing to live a minimalist lifestyle post-retirement, and I certainly don't regret my decision to follow lean FIRE. By the way, let me know in the comments below which FIRE type you're following, and while you're there, get that subscribe and notify bell a little tickle so you don't miss out on my other early retirement videos. Moving on to traditional FIRE, the middle ground of the FIRE movement. Imagine not having to be overly frugal, yet still maintaining a mindful eye on your expenses. That's the essence of traditional FIRE. It's the sweet spot for many, allowing for the enjoyment of life's pleasures without the worry of overspending. Numbers time! Now, let's talk numbers. The average saving rate for traditional FIRE is around 50% of one's income. Yes, you heard that right, 50%. It's a substantial amount, but remember, it's all about balance. If you imagine your annual expenses will be about $60,000 post-retirement, you'd be targeting a traditional FIRE nest egg of around $1.5 million. For expenses of $80,000, the target would jump to around $2 million. And what kind of lifestyle does this support, you might ask? Well, it's one that offers a comfortable living with room for vacations, dining out, and other activities. You won't be living a life of luxury, but neither will you be pinching pennies, or in my case, centavos. So if you're the kind of person who seeks equilibrium in life, who wants to enjoy the present while preparing for the future, traditional FIRE could be your choice if you're seeking a balanced retirement lifestyle.
Now the big one, me no fat fire. Sports cars, diamonds, yachts, 20-year fire.
Next we have Fat FIRE for those who wish to maintain a luxurious lifestyle in retirement. This strategy is perfect for those who want to enjoy the finer things in life without having to worry about running out of money. Fat FIRE is all about saving at a higher rate, often more than half of one's income, to build a substantial nest egg. Think of it as preparing for a retirement where you can afford the luxuries you've always dreamed of. Fancy dinners, exotic vacations, sports cars, yachting in the Caribbean, truffle-flavored gelatos. Fat FIRE makes it all possible. But remember, this approach requires discipline and a significant amount of saving during your working years.
Let's talk numbers.
Okay, let's talk numbers. If someone pursuing Fat FIRE wants to have an annual income of $100,000, they would aim for a nest egg of around $3 million using the lesser 3.5% withdrawal rate as a guideline. For an even more comfortable lifestyle, say $120,000 per year in retirement, the savings goal could climb to $4 million. However, there are downsides. The pursuit of Fat FIRE might mean working longer or harder, sweatier, and potentially sacrificing more in the present. But for those who dream of a super high-end retirement, these trade-offs might be well worth it. If you're aiming for a retirement filled with luxury and comfort, Fat FIRE could be your goal. Personally, the only people I know of so far that have retired early using Fat FIRE are people who have come into money, such as through say selling businesses, IPOing their startup, or inheritance. But don't let me put you off Fat FIRE. Fourthly, let's explore Coast FIRE. This is all about the power of saving at an early age. And boy, do I wish I knew about FIRE in my 20s. Imagine you're a diligent saver who starts putting money aside in your 20s. By the time you hit your mid-30s, you've amassed a significant nest egg already. Now, here's where Coast FIRE comes into play. Instead of aggressively saving, you take your foot off the accelerator and simply let your investments do the work. You coast along, allowing your savings to grow exponentially without adding more to the pot. It's an approach that gives you the freedom to pursue a lower paying, but perhaps more fulfilling work, anything but IT, right, without worrying about your retirement.
No rat race with Barista FIRE. Tables, no need to be tired.
And finally, let's talk Barista FIRE, which has similarities to Coast FIRE. This concept takes its name from the idea that you could work part-time at a coffee shop or McDonald's or any low-stress job to cover your living expenses while your retirement savings continue to grow. You're not fully retired, but you're also not in the grind of a full-time, high-stress career. It's about striking a balance, finding a way to enjoy life now without jeopardizing your financial future. You see, the beauty of both Coast FIRE and Barista FIRE is the flexibility they offer. They allow you to step away from the high-pressure world of work earlier than the traditional retirement age while still maintaining an active role in the economy. Coast FIRE and Barista FIRE are great options if you want to step back from the rat race early but still remain economically active.
Side hustle, fire, so fire. 100 talks about these bonus fires.
Alrighty, now that we've discussed the main types of fire, let's delve into two bonus concepts: side hustle fire and slow fire. First off, side hustle fire. As the name suggests, this approach involves generating extra income through side jobs or businesses. For some, this could mean freelancing or consulting in your field of expertise. For others, it might be starting an online business, drop shipping, or monetizing a hobby. The key idea is to create additional income streams that can boost your savings rate and accelerate your journey towards financial independence. This approach is particularly appealing if you enjoy your side hustle. It's not just about the money, but also about the satisfaction and fulfillment you get from your side gig. Now, let's talk about slow fire. This approach is quite different from the others we've discussed so far. It's all about taking a slower, more relaxed path to achieving financial independence. Instead of aggressively saving and investing to retire as soon as possible, you take your time prioritizing work-life balance and quality of life. You might work part-time, take many retirements, or choose a career you love and don't want to retire from. That's the ultimate, right? The goal isn't to quit working as fast as you can, but rather to create a lifestyle that you don't need to retire from. In the end, whether you choose side hustle fire, slow fire, or any other types we've discussed, the most important thing is that you choose a path that aligns with your values, goals, and lifestyle preferences. These are not strict categories, but flexible concepts that you can adapt and combine to suit your unique circumstances and aspirations. Remember, the goal of FIRE isn't just to retire early, but to achieve financial independence and live a life that is truly fulfilling.
Check it, the game's changed, retirement ain't the same. Forget the old ways, we paving a new lane. Financial freedom's the aim, fire's the flame. But which path you take, man, that's the name of the game. Fat fire, lean fire, coast fire, barista fire. So many choices, got your head in a spin, higher and higher. Is it comfort and luxury or simple living desire? Time to break it down. Which fire sets your soul on fire?
So there you have it. 5 different types of fire and a couple of bonuses chucked in. Each one offers a unique approach to achieving financial independence and early retirement, catering to different lifestyles and financial goals. Let's quickly revisit them. Lean fire, the path I chose, is all about frugality, spending less to save more. It's perfect for those who don't mind living a minimalist lifestyle, focused on needs rather than wants. Then we have traditional fire, which is the middle ground. It balances savings and spending, providing a comfortable lifestyle without extravagant expenses. Next up, fat fire. This is the approach for those who wish to maintain or even enhance their current lifestyle in retirement. It requires a higher savings rate, but the payoff is retirement with all the bells and whistles and a yacht. Last but not least are coast fire and barista fire. Coast fire involves saving enough early on so that you no longer need to actively contribute to your retirement fund, whereas barista fire involves working part-time or in a low-stress job to cover living expenses while your investments grow. That's all for now. Let me know in the comments which fire type you prefer, and if you found this video useful, please do hit that subscribe and notify bell so that you can be amongst the first to hear tips on how you can retire early. Ciao.